the lead. I'll keep an eye on that, folks, and just see if Jeff Gordon was able to start closing in on Burton.
We've got 12 laps to go.
Last time it was 107. This time he was 0.9. He gained 0.17 of a second. Jeff Gordon did that last lap.
And that's plenty. If he can gain that every lap, then he's got plenty of time to catch him. Well, we've seen this picture before.
This is a very familiar scenario.
Yep. You see Jeff Gordon. He's now closed 0.15 of a second that time and was the fastest car.
He ran a 120.1. Burton ran a 119.3, almost a mile an hour faster.
Signal is given to Jeff Burton. 10 laps to go.
Lost a little bit more that time. It's 0.66 now.
There you see it as they go by Dick Trickle driving in relief for Todd Bodine. We see 0.52 seconds. Half second back is Jeff Gordon.
He is closing in with 9 laps to go.
4,200 now.
10th of a second a lap.
There are 8 to go, and he may need only 4 if he keeps it up at that rate.
Of course, catching him is one thing and passing him is another.
They're running 2 entirely different grooves.
We've just got about 3 minutes of racing left, folks. Don't go away. Gordon is now within just a few car lengths of Jeff Burton. It's down to a third of a second.
And now Jeff Burton has moved up the racetrack to the same groove that Jeff Gordon was running.
A head-to-head duel coming up between Jeff Burton and Jeff Gordon. 6 to go. It's 24/100ths of a second.
Ken Burton said, we want to win one in Virginia. Come on, let's win one in Virginia. They're both from South Boston, down the road about 60, 70
Here's
miles.
Gordon looking to the inside with 5 to go.
You see the bumper cover on Jeff Burton's car. Someone has hit the back of it because it's waving in the breeze. Oh, Burton gets the thing loose as he comes off the corner.
Gordon got a run on him.
It's given him an opportunity to get to the inside of Jeff Burton off the corner. Burton maintains the advantage. Boy, Jeff has given it a great battle.
Both Jeffs.
Yes.
When you say Jeff, you cover it all there, don't you? Gordon's beating him right there off the 2. Got a run on him.
Once again, Jeff Gordon tries to move alongside Burton. It's been a clean battle between these two. 3 laps to go.
That's exactly what I was thinking, Bob. How clean it is.
Now, right here is where Jeff Gordon is beating Jeff Burton. But on turn 4, Burton is beating Gordon. That might be where it really counts, because that's when they come to start-finish line.
Here's Jeff again to the inside. Burton.
Well, that time.
Through. They're almost side by side. This may be where Gordon passes.
He's got to run, but he can't use that momentum off the corner. Burton comes back.
Great battle.
Gordon had to back off coming off the turn.
White flag coming out. Will it be Burton or Gordon at Richmond? 1 more lap to go. Gordon in behind Jeff Burton. Gordon heads for the inside, coming off corner number 2, down the backstretch. Jeff Gordon pulls alongside, but Burton inches ahead as they move through the 3rd and 4th corners. They're coming to the line for the win. It is Jeff Burton winning over Jeff Gordon. What a great race.
Wow.
You know, I need to thank Jeff Gordon, first of all. He drove me real clean. And we worked together all night getting through some traffic. Traffic was really hard. And we took our time with each other all night. And I want to thank him first because he drove me real clean there at the end.
Going big green. Middle, 18 middle. Now tucked in behind you, 3 wide. Right with you. 32 slow ahead up top. He's Just got help coming to him. 18 right on your butt. You got momentum here. Y'all got momentum. Coming to the white flag. Y'all rolling. 3 wide. 18 right with you. All 3 wide, all the way back. White flag, 4 wide. 4 wide. Coming to the checker. 18 right with you to 15 ahead of him. Still 4 wide. Still 4. Still with you. 3 wide, spinning ahead, spinning ahead. Keep coming. Caution's out. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yes, second, boys. Yes, Jeff, yes, buddy, yes. Woohoo! That's how you do it. Paint a masterpiece. You the man, bro.
Great job, team. Eddie, awesome race car.
We're going to fight all the way to the end, boys.
Awesome job, guys. It's meant to be, boys. It's meant to be, you know. Let's see what we can do with this. I think those guys got caught up in it, but you know what? I'm really looking forward to what we can do to them these next several races.
Yeah, man. Just keep pushing, keep pushing. Chipping away, man. It's not going to come easy. Good run. Boy, stay with it all day right there. Good move there. Get to the apron.
Hell yeah, jump to the bottom right away. Proud of you, man.
I'll take credit. It kind of got turned there, but I'll take some credit.
You take it when you can get it at the speedway, because it'll take it away from you as fast as you get it.
Jeff Gordon finished second in this one, Doc.
What a wild one here, Jeff Gordon. They show us that you finished second. What did you see in that final lap?
I didn't see anything but Casey Kane's rear bumper. That was the craziest finish I've ever experienced here at Talladega. And for a change, I finally come out on the good side of it. But, you know, I had my teammate in front of me, which was perfect. I had the 18 behind me, one of the best pushers out there. And we took the green and we were pushing. But we weren't going anywhere. I mean, our lane just would not move. The middle, the outside, everybody just kept passing us. I was like, there's nothing more I could do. I was running wide open, just hitting the guy in front of me, getting hit from behind. You know, there was times I was just trying not to wreck Casey, you know, but yet we were being very aggressive. And we come to the trial, we'll take the white. I really have no idea how we all made it to the white flag, because it was 3-4 wide, cars moving everywhere. But basically, I went into turn 3. I was right on Casey. I saw smoke, and they checked up. I hit him. I got hit by the 18, and somehow that turned me down on the apron. And I just put it back to the floor, and I drove by every car, and I come out of there second behind the 17 car. And, you know, I mean, that's definitely what we need to do. That's like a win. And sure, I'm glad we survived it. We'll see what we can do with it from here on out.
Jeff Gordon, second week in a row, he finishes second, and now moving up in the points, guys.
Here in May, Jeff Gordon said he was embarrassed by his 30th place finish at what has traditionally been one of his better racetracks. So, Jeff, is the car better this time around?
Well, the car was great. We unloaded, you know, and we're third when we qualified last time here and started the race. Is great, and something happened to that car. That car was not that bad because we couldn't fix it. So this is the same car, and it's definitely a much better car than where we're starting here. I'm not sure if we're as good as some guys that were running fast in practice, but conditions are cool. It's going to be interesting with the rubber from last night's race. hopefully this DuPont Chevrolet drive to the front. We'll see what we've got for him here in a few minutes.
Jeff Gordon in the 24 car start 23rd tonight. Bill?
Thanks, Marty. Should be going to take a look at the 24 car, BP. You saw him too. Look, working on the right side. Has a little bit of damage on that right rear quarter panel. Banging it out with the mallets, trying to make sure it's okay. They don't seem too concerned about it. Didn't sound too concerned about it on the radio. Matt, how about the 97?
Jeff Gordon's right rear damage is not going to hurt him bad here at Charlotte. But those front fenders are so important in a place like Charlotte. You've got to get those right.
And that's why that crew was just barely beating on that fender on the 97, trying to get back.
Wally, the 24 also has some damage to the nose. The screen in front of the radiator pushed in, so we'll have to watch for that on the 24 as well. So he has rear damage and also damage to the nose of that car.
Yeah, I think where that is, though, Bill, I don't think that'll hurt him. It's those corners. It's right around the tires. That's where it's really important not to have the damage.
So a couple of the 10 drivers in this car for Jeff Gordon and this track just do not get along. The same car that finished 30th here in May, involved in this first lap crash. Now they're working on the nose. They have the time here. The field getting the one to go this time by. So they have the time to work on it, try and make any repairs they can to make sure they can get air to the radiator and make sure the nose is aerodynamically fixed so it does not affect the handling of this race car. Looks like it did a pretty good job.
Jeff Gordon ran in the back of the 97 car. That's where he got the damage from, Bill. That is going to be hit by Jeff Gordon. There we see Gordon going in. We see Gordon running in the back of the 97 car, and the 51 of Tony Raines is on outside of Jeff. That's where they make contact.
Down here with Robbie Loomis, crew chief for Jeff Gordon, actually on the radio talking about explaining to Jeff what happened to Brian Vickers. Robbie, how about your car? You were involved in that caution on lap 1.
Yeah, the DuPont Chevrolet, we got pretty fortunate down there, and I guess Biffle, somebody lost it in the crowd there. But the guys got it fixed up. The DuPont race team doing a great job, and right now our biggest concern's been temperature and making sure it doesn't run hot.
So the nose, you think it's going to be okay?
Yeah, it looks like we got that fixed up real well, and the guys got the back end fixed up. You know, somebody got in the back of us back there, and they all stacked up down there. So we just need some track position. I think the DuPont Chevrolet is running pretty well.
Okay, we'll be watching. We were both listening to Jeff, who was talking on the radio while we were doing that.
There are the top 10 of 30 drivers that are on the lead lap as we approach the 100-mile mark of tonight's 500-mile race. A little bit of a halting start. 3 cautions in the first 24 laps. Now an extended green flag run. Continue to go through the field with 11th.
Let's check on some of the guys in the chase for the championship. That's Jeff Gordon in the same car that finished 30th here in May. Gordon right now running 30th, and here is why.
Big trouble here, guys. Prepare for a caution. This thing's getting really bad.
Gordon has been talking about this car for many, many laps. It's not what they were looking for. Back upstairs.
BP, I think it's time to make that a show car.
Yeah, exactly. If he finished 30th, and he's already been lapped by Casey Kane.
And he's not, and he wouldn't even be the lucky dog if the yellow came out, because Casey Kane is lapping guys like crazy right now. All the way up to 25th. We got trouble on the straightaway. Jeff Gordon.
Jeff Gordon.
Oh, and Rusty Wallace gets into him. Oh, Rusty was running so good.
Had a great run going. Rusty Wallace just passed Earnhardt for 5th position.
Here we got left rear damage, okay.
Which of the championship contenders will have trouble tonight? Jeff Gordon.
Is so far. Yeah, first one.
Bill? And we just heard him talking about it. That car was getting worse and worse. He's got substantial damage, obviously, but that car was definitely deteriorating with every lap.
Right now, he's got at least 3 flat tires, it looks like to me. He's got to be careful limping that thing back around the pit road.
He was in bad shape to begin with. Unfortunately, Rusty was running really good. And he's got a lot of damage to the left front of his car.
And Rusty Wallace just spins.
Yeah, he just got loose and lost it off of turn 4. And unfortunately, Rusty just had no place to go. Figured he could squeeze down on the low side, and Jeff Gordon swung back down to the low side.
See Junior going by in the 8 car.
Seconds behind leader Casey Kane. Now, just to follow up on Jeff Gordon, he is back on track after repairs on pit road. Never went to the garage, Bill, but unfortunately he's back in 29th place.
Alan, this is a night race for everybody, but a nightmare for Jeff Gordon. Had to pit 3 times, extensive damage to the rear of the car. Robbie Loomis, his crew chief, told him, okay, you're repaired, you're good to go, but he's not going too far, too fast right now. Very disappointing night for the guy that came in 3rd in the chase for the Cup. Well, Jeff Gordon in the 24 car, 23rd last time by the start-finish line, not on the lead lap, losing points in the chase for the championship, has a long way to go at a track where he has a rich history. But if he does not turn it around tonight, 2004 at Charlotte will be memories he will want to forget.
He doesn't even have a rear bumper or anything on the back of that car.
Unfortunately for Jeff, I was about to say he's the 5th car 1 lap down, but with Bobby Labonte closing in on him quickly, he's getting shuffled farther back. So the hopes of him getting up and trying to get that lucky dog pass, not looking too good.
Now.
Hey, guess who's going to be your lucky dog?
Jeff Gordon.
And Jeff Gordon left to be the lucky dog.
Got himself up to the first car, not on the lead lap. Gordon's going to be back in the hunt for a good finish.
Yeah, he's a 16th spot. I mean, last time I looked over there, he was 25th or 26th. So he must be making that car a little bit better.
Well, that makes things interesting. This makes things interesting too. 124 laps to go. Pit stops maybe with 120.
Does a good job. He's back in contention, but Jeff Gordon has really struggled tonight.
Lap 76.
Trouble for Jeff Gordon off of 4, and Rusty Wallace clobbers him. He's got no place to.
And guys, you're not going to believe this, but guess who the next car behind Jeff Gordon? There he is.
Maybe they're not ready to make that thing a show car.
Jeff Gordon is running in 10th position.
Got the lucky dog at lap 210, Bill. He's making the most of it.
He sure is. And remember, Alan, that's the same car they had here in May that was so awful. Jeff was embarrassed when they finished 30th. They took that car to Chicago, and the car was awful again until they found the jack bolt kept backing itself out. They fixed that problem, and remember the last 100 miles of Chicago? He came ripping through the field to finish 4th. Could be a replay tonight.
Well, that 38 car all of a sudden has some serious handling problems. Elliott Sadler came off turn 2, and the car just went straight ahead and allowed Jeff Gordon to get on the inside of him. Marty, has he said anything?
Oh, yeah. He said a couple of things, BP, and many of them being bad right now. Way too tight. Worst it's been all night long, did Elliott Sadler say. Not very happy with the 38 car right now.
In the top 10, Bill.
Well, Jeff Gordon loves this place. The Lowe's Motor Speedway has worked his way all the way back to the 8th position after having a miserable night earlier. If there is another caution in this race, I got 2 words for you. Jeff Gordon. Dave?
2 words, Jeff Burton. He has lost spots since the restart. Car has gone just a little bit.
And remember those 2 words Bill said earlier about if we get another caution?
Jeff Gordon
running 6th.
Man. What an unbelievable job that they have done tonight, Bill.
Now I got 3 words for you.
Yes.
Tight on fuel.
I think about everybody's going to be tight on fuel.
When you said 62 to go, I can't believe Robbie Gordon hasn't stopped and he hasn't blown out. He's still going.
Matt?
BP, his spotter, Mike Dillon, keeps telling Robbie it's really not that bad. It's starting to go away. Keep staying out there.
Okay.
That's what I said. Okay.
It's easy for a spotter to say.
Lead. Kurt.
I tell you what, we've had so many great stories tonight. Kurt Busch, Jeff Gordon, struggling through adversity to be back up battling for the lead.
Jeff Gordon.
Postpipe Jr.
That's unbelievable.
It is unbelievable. What a job that Jeff Gordon has done. Robbie Loomis, that entire crew.
Those guys have worked on that car, and heck, we were ready to make that thing a show car.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We were going. It's going to be in a.
And it's going to be interesting to see if the 2014 brings this car out again this year. Had trouble with it here in May, finished 30th. Took it to Chicago, struggled all day, then roared forward to finish 4th. Jeff Gordon has come from nowhere to look at a top 5 finish tonight, Dave.
What did Bill Weber say? 2 words for us. Jeff Gordon. Right, Bill?
Unbelievable.
Thank you, BP.
Yeah.
How about Jimmy Johnson, Bill?
It could end up being a great.
All right. What's Nemechek going to be able to do with those 2 tires versus 4 tires right behind him?
Restart's going to be with 17. Jimmy Johnson with Jeff Gordon behind him.
4 fresh ones.
Who knows what's going to happen. And then next Sunday,
make the move.
Here comes Jeff Gordon with him. Johnson the leader by a fender, Bill.
I just passed Gordon's car owner, Rick Hendrick, here in the 24 pits. I said, this is a wild sport. He goes, this is amazing. He goes, about 2 hours ago, I wouldn't have given you a plug nickel for that 24 car. I ran from the 48 pit crew to the 24 pit crew to interview Robbie Loomis, and the crew stopped me outside the pit box. They said, no way. So I said, Robbie, can we talk? And he goes, just smiles. And I said, okay, and gave me a thumbs up. So I can't get there. We'll see what happens, Matt.
Well, Jimmy Finnig, your man is in 6, and you got...
Restart with 12 to go. Keep an eye on Jeff Gordon. When the victory is this close to his grasp, he seems to find a way. Nemechek having all kinds of troubles. And you see Gordon hanging with Jimmy Johnson.
Take over the 5th spot.
There's 1st and 2nd.
That is unbelievable.
1st and 2nd, Johnson in 1st, and the 24 of Gordon. Their pits are about 11 pit stalls apart, but he's watching on our pit road monitor because he said he wanted to find a neutral site on pit road, rooting for both cars to win.
20th anniversary of the formation of the Hendrick Motorsports team, and what accomplishments that man has had in this sport, Rick Hendrick.
In just 20 short years. You're right, isn't it? Oh, Kurt Busch just hit the...
Let's go downstairs. Dave?
With Jeff Gordon, not someone who we thought we'd be talking to in 2nd place. Jeff, what an unbelievable comeback.
Unbelievable. I tell you, that's why this team is just so incredible. I love these guys, and I tell you, I'm just, that's the first 1-2 that me and Jimmy have had, I believe, that we really had to battle. I got a fender underneath him before that last restart. After that last restart, my car got tight. He was gone. But I'm just so proud of these guys on this DuPont Chevrolet. Got to thank DuPont, Pepsi, GMAC, Lay's, Quaker State. I mean, it's just an awesome day for us. I don't know what in the world happened at the beginning, but we were junk, and car was just so loose I couldn't drive it. We went a lap down. I spun out. Got hit by Rusty. I hated it for Rusty, and we just tightened the car up, and man, all of a sudden that thing just came to life, and just incredible effort. Everybody stayed so calm, and that's what makes a championship team. And we didn't gain a lot of points today, but we were going to lose a lot before that all happened. But I want to congratulate Jimmy Johnson. Great job, man. He's a great race car driver.
Great recovery for Jeff Gordon. Marty?
A lot of stuff has happened here in the last 20 or 30 laps, and I'm sure a lot more will happen.
After a pit road mishap, Kyle Busch wheels the 18 against the 24, who has crept closer to laying claim of the final playoff position. Final adjustments in the final pit stop. Prepare the final charge.
Right now, as of the last completed lap, there's only 1 point between them. Kyle Busch has the upper hand, at least for the moment.
All night, the 18 and the 24 battled the track for position. For the final 25 laps, the two chase hopefuls will at last square off in a side-by-side showdown.
But man, how tough is it him seeing the 24 go by him right now?
Oh, painful.
To clinch the final spot, Gordon needs to quickly place some distance between him and the 18.
I need that 17 and that 2 up there going into 1. They're a second slower than you.
Gordon getting another spot from Matt Kenseth.
Gotta go hard as you can, bud, hard as you can.
Gordon's gonna get beside Hamlin down into turn 1 and take that 3rd spot away.
Gotta get that 55, gotta get him.
Jeff Gordon is vintage Jeff Gordon. He has been passing cars wherever he caught them.
Oh, yeah, that was real nice right there.
Jeff Gordon with a bold and aggressive move to get 2nd place away from Mark Martin.
That's a line. It'll be 5 to go.
Jeff Gordon's fastest car on the racetrack right now. He's trying to get every spot he can get. Not much really Kyle can do, but just try to maintain.
The 15 up there's the leader. He may run out. All you can.
Gordon's second-place run isn't the night's only incredible comeback.
And Jeff Gordon wins the second wild card.
Never give up, baby. Never give up. What an effort, guys. What an effort. I'm so proud of you, man. That's what I tell you to it, Jeff. Fight. Never quit. Never quit.
After the wild night, Jeff Gordon will chase his fifth. Kyle Busch can only chase what might have been. The lesson learned in success and failure is weighed.
Holy cow. Oh my God. You can talk to me now.
The chain on the select earlier in the race when the car was handling they went to drastic measures and it's paid off. Clint Boyer celebrating by smoking his tire.
That's what I'm talking about. You're trouble now.
4 Hendrick drivers and a half a dozen more will chase the Sprint Cup.
For NASCAR's version of the playoffs, some of NASCAR's biggest stars, part of a group of drivers looking to claim the final place in the chase tonight. Jeff Gordon and Kyle Busch would be two of the favorites for that final spot. Jeff Gordon on the front row for Kyle Busch and Jeff Gordon. If none of those one-win drivers scores, they're racing head-to-head basically on points. How do you see it unfolding for them tonight?
Well, I think you're going to see Kyle Busch run good tonight. It's going to be very difficult for Jeff Gordon to outpoint him, I think. He's going to have to beat him by 12 spots. That's going to be hard to do here at Richmond, but he could have an off night, and we've seen Jeff Gordon be on it the last few weeks. Second and third the last 2 weeks. He's on the front row tonight. I like his chances, so he might have a chance at it.
You know, this is a 3/4 of a mile short track. Yeah, the speeds are still over 100 miles per hour, but not 180 like we saw last week at Atlanta, where Jeff Gordon has said a number of times this week he wished that he would have done things a little different by getting to Denny Hamlin's rear bumper. That scenario tonight, somebody's going to be in trouble if they're leading in one of these drivers.
All right, well, we'll see how it all plays out in these opening laps and over the course of 400 laps on this tough three. Jeff Gordon with a Goodyear camera. Dale Earnhardt.
Alan, we've talked a lot about the fact that Jeff Gordon and Kyle Busch are battling for a spot in the chase. They're also in very close proximity on pit lane. In fact, only one pit box will separate the two. The 24 crew chief, Alan Gustafson, says he's not worried about the 18 at all. He's focused only on his own team and own car. But Kyle Busch's crew chief, Dave Rogers, pointed out he has a little uneasiness about a Hendrick affiliate.
It's the final positions in that group to run for the championship. Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Jeff Gordon bring the field to the green. Bonus point for Jeff Gordon for leading a lap.
Well, I'll give him credit. He really had a lot of trust that there was grip in that second lane. He drove it off down into turn one.
Yeah, don't think for a second Junior gave it to him either. He was on the gas hard trying to get the lead on the go.
Jeff Gordon, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Clint Boyer, first three on the break. Early update on Jeff Gordon from Vince.
Well, you talk about the thought that this track would have grip in it early on, but Gordon has none of it. He is way too loose on entry and exit and a little too tight in the center. Crew chief Alan Gustafson says they'll get him fixed up at the first stop.
So remember, if none of the one-win drivers wins the race, and right now Gordon's going backwards and Kyle is moving forward toward him. Jeff Gordon led 2 laps.
Wildcard driver started 28th, is now running 6th on the track, tight center, loose off, air pressure, and a chassis adjustment. Vince?
Kyle Busch, middle of your screen, good in 1 and 2, but tight in the center of 3 and 4. 4 tires and an air pressure adjustment. Jeff Gordon, 4 tires, track bar adjustment, and a rubber in the left rear. Way too loose, in and off. Let's go to Dave.
And you don't see the 24 showing up on there. They were a little bit slow. I don't know if it was all the adjustments they were making, but lost some spots.
Brief caution, another lap or so while the cars that are not on the lead lap have a chance to pit. And then they'll double them up and we'll go back racing. Follow up on what happened with that 24 pit stop, Vince.
Yeah, it wasn't a slow stop. It was just the fact that they made so many adjustments on that initial stop because Jeff was so unhappy with the race car. Alan Gustafson didn't want to waste any time or any opportunity. He wanted to get right after it. So as mentioned, they put a rubber in the left rear with a couple of rounds on the track bar and that 4-tire change as well. Jeff hoping that he has a better car here to do something with. In and off were the key areas of concern for Gordon, and just plowing the center, he said.
Yeah, they're making changes with the wedge wrench on the right side, taking a spring rubber, looks like taking it out of the left rear and putting one in. That's what takes a lot of time, is messing with the spring rubbers, but you see they have a little bit of trouble in the left front also.
Jeff Gordon came down pit road in 7th position.
You see, it took a lot longer, almost a little over 5 seconds longer on that pit stop than did Gordon or Earnhardt's team. They're hoping that's going to pay off, though, and it's going to have a better race car.
Well, you got to have that. Wasn't doing any good in the way that it was, and this is the time to make those changes. And he came back out to be running 17th now.
Jeff Gordon back in 19th position and has not gone forward any after that last pit stop. Vince?
Well, and maybe a bigger concern right now, Alan, is some oil temperature issues that Jeff is talking with crew chief Alan Gustafson about. A temperature up to 300 degrees, and certainly some concern in the voice of Gordon and the crew chief.
Got an oil temp issue, 300. Central.
Yeah, that's the upper limit, which you don't want to see it any higher than that. Don't see any debris on the grill.
One of the things that has plagued this team in these first 25 races are just things that have happened. They have run better than what they're showing here tonight, but it seems like something's always happening.
And Jeff Gordon finds himself here on this last night, the 26th night of the season, trying to race his way into the chase. Even just think back over the last month. Watkins Glen racing for a spot in the top 10 in the last corner of the race and spins out and loses a chunk of points in the engine failure in Michigan. It might have been for Jeff Gordon.
How about Jeff Gordon, Vince?
Well, Jeff was really fighting loose in and loose off during that first run. They've helped him a little bit, especially in the center and on entry, but right now Jeff still doesn't have the drive off. He wants crew chief Alan Gustafson assuring him that they're going to get him taken care of at the next stop. Shannon?
Well, Tony Stewart is locked into the chase by at least a wild card, but if he drops out in the top 10, he will lose the bonus points. They struggled in practice yesterday. The car right now, he is slowly making his way through the field, despite the fact that he says tight center, loose off. You see he started 28th, and currently he is running 16th on the racetrack. Alan.
All right, Shannon, so an update on
One of the guys who needs a win, Jeff Gordon in the 24, took the lead early, in fact on the start, but it's fallen back since.
Yeah, he sure has, Nicole. It looks like Dale Earnhardt Jr. actually gave Jeff Gordon the lead to let him get 1 point right there, which a real critical move on as good as the teammates. But Jeff has been really falling back. That 24 car is not handling real good.
Back a few more spots. We talked about him earlier. Jeff Gordon in 18th. He started second, Rusty.
I tell you, he is really struggling. Let's see what he's got to say here.
We made my entry better. I'm starting to get real tight in the center. My exit is terrible. Yeah, we're gonna fix your exit. We got a plan to get you just the same balance. The wedges at 48. He's running fourth. Yeah, I'm just wearing the brakes out, trying to get this thing to turn. That's it for you. Nice and smooth. Hang on here. You're doing great. We're gonna get it fixed.
Okay, crew chief, what do you do?
That's a tough spot to be in because he's reacting to several different things. He's talking about having brake issues. He's talking about being loose. He's talking about being tight. You've got to get the car to roll the center of the corner so he can drive straighter off. He's not been able to get to the accelerator all night. The back of that car has not been hooked up, but now he's tight in the center of the corner, and that just aggravates the situation because you turn the steering wheel further, you try to get on the gas, and the car wants to spin out.
And just to give you an idea, when he says the car is loose, Jeff Gordon's not kidding. Taking us along for a bit of a ride. Check this out. Ooh, boy.
Ooh, turning right's not good. Whoa,
110 laps complete in Richmond. We'll have more when we come back.
On his way towards the front.
There's Jeff Gordon down a lap. Man, this has been a tough day for him so far.
started on the front row.
They made a ton of adjustments on that car the last pit stop, but boy, it is just not working at all. I think they went probably the wrong way.
Bad. We got a plan to fix it.
Vince?
Yeah, they are really frustrated with this race car right now. They made a big swing at it on that first pit stop, but they just haven't made it any better right now. And we heard radio from Gordon just a little bit ago talking about how he's having to wear the brakes out just to try to get the car to turn and has no drive off. That's a bad combination, and we're seeing Gordon go backwards.
Yeah, they might have a plan to fix it, but they might not have a time to fix it and get back where they've got to get to, because Kyle Busch running solidly up inside the top 10. You know, it's basically looking like they have to win, and it's going to be a tough order.
Sometimes you get into these long runs with an ill-handling car, using up those brakes, and the right front tire is what suffers. Green flag pit stops approaching. Past the 1 point. Put off by weather. Clock is ticking on Jeff Gordon's hopes of making it into the chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup tonight in Richmond.
Yeah, I'm just wearing the brakes out, trying to get this thing to turn.
A difficult night for Gordon, who started on the front row, now finds himself a lap down in 26th position as he tries to find some way, any way, to overcome what's been an ill-handling car so far and keep himself in the championship hunt. Under caution, 4th time in the race, this one for rain, a race that started almost 90 minutes late. Stations with some of the drivers, spotters on the roof.
And Jeff Gordon's trying to make some adjustments on this car. It's just not doing what they expected it to do. And right now, you'll see what they're doing here. They're cutting the chain. There's a chain that they put on the rear end housing, so when they make these pit stops, it picks the tire up quick so they can get those tire chains without a whole lot of pumps on the jack. Sometimes you can set that thing just a little bit too close on the left rear, and it can kind of pull it off the ground as you unload getting in the corner. They just want to make sure this is not what the problem is. So they go ahead and cut it and then see if it gets better.
Every time I've ever been in that position and hoping and praying, that's when you're in a desperate place right there, because I haven't ever seen it work. But as you said, you have to make every effort.
All right, bud, this guy is just like our teammates now. So we'll start working on that center when we get a chance. This will help you drive off a lot. Just got to focus on racing these guys at one down. I'll let you know who they are. When you get them back over here, I'll be able to tell you.
Well, I'll tell you a little bit. They are Carl Edwards, who has just taken a wave around to get to 1 lap down. Remember, he made the pit stop under the... Still shy of halfway, under caution at Richmond. We're back after...
Handful have you had with the race car so far?
It's been a handful. We're working on it. We'll just keep going until the race is over and get everything we can out of it. But, yeah, we missed it. It's unfortunate, but a lot of racing left to go.
Where do you need it to be better right now?
On that track out there. I mean, we just missed it, you know. It happens.
Thanks, Jeff. Dave. Well, Vince, the rest of Henry, but that Jeff struggle, man, that's interesting.
Yeah, Dave, you got Dale Earnhardt Jr. running 2nd, Jimmy Johnson running 4th, Casey Kane running 5th. But Jeff Gordon is a bit further down the running order, 25th.
He's the guy that needs to run good, too.
Yeah.
Childers Racing and their turnaround. Check.
So main story on the night tonight is the pursuit of those final couple of places in the chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup. 8 drivers eligible for what would be 2 positions on the... But the man you saw earlier, Jeff Gordon, the guy who has struggled in his attempt to try and wrestle that final place in the chase away from Kyle Busch. Jeff is now running a lap down and is back in 25th position.
They need a magic bullet or something tonight to fix that car, because I don't think they're just a couple of small adjustments away from being good.
Yeah, and they've been making adjustments, and now once again they face a different racetrack. So, you know, have the adjustments that they made, is it going to work with this as they try to get this racetrack rubbered back in when we go back green? I would expect to watch Kyle Busch be a little bit conservative. Not the Kyle Busch that we're used to seeing, just knowing the struggles that Jeff Gordon has had.
Other leaders, Jeff Gordon for 2 laps. Steady, if not spectacular. Gordon has not been nearly up to the standard he was hoping for after starting on the outside of the front row.
Wins and staying inside the top 10.
So Jeff Gordon running right now. The 3rd car 1 lap down in 20th place, needing to pass both Regan Smith and Carl Edwards to be in position to get a free pass.
We're going right back to the same place here, guys. We're real loose in, real tight in the center. Drive was going away bad. It was better, but it's going away bad. That's all. Nice, smooth. Keep it straight.
And you see those hands on the wheel inside that 24 car, pretty busy.
Yeah, and Andy, you know, we've heard him talking and giving feedback to Alan Gustafson, but that's probably one of the hardest things to fix, a loose in and loose off, but tight in the middle situation.
Yeah, it is, and it's really, in my experience, if you fix the middle, a lot of that other stuff kind of takes care of itself. They just have not had it tonight, but that's good feedback from Jeff.
And you see Carl Edwards. Hamlin leading, still 167 to go back after this message and a word from our ABC stations. Stop cycle. Back, I don't know that he's going to lose a whole lot of ground because it's
ahead of Jeff Gordon, who is also struggling tonight. He is in that lucky dog spot though right now, should the caution come out.
Yeah, Jeff just made a pass on Carl Edwards. They're battling for that. Gordon looks like his car's a lot better right now than what I've seen in previous restarts. He's able to really make some passes and show some speed for the first time tonight.
17th place for Jeff. Let's mention that Jeff Burton got the free pass at that last caution to come back around on the lead lap. And Ryan Newman went from 12th to 16th with that penalty for rolling the tire on the pit stop. A night that's been a struggle for Jeff Gordon thus far, maybe showing signs of life. Gordon went a lap down earlier in the race with a very ill-handling car. Denny Hamlin going by Jeff to put him in arrears.
Starts making his way to the front. Here's a car with some speed finally tonight.
He is passing some cars on this run.
Jeff Gordon, the first car one lap down. He's in 17th place, but the guy he's about to pass is the 9th place car. Jeff has passed all those other cars between Matt Kenseth and last on the lead lap, Jeff Burton, and he's working on the 9th place car here.
Yeah, he just needs a caution, and there have been plenty of opportunities with some of the racing we've seen, but everybody's held it together.
He makes another pass on Matt Kenseth.
Can you imagine what he's thinking?
Yeah, like where was this when we needed it earlier?
Yeah.
Said another, just a yellow right now puts him right back in the game.
Let's see if one shows up. Alan Gustafson and crew have stayed after tuning on that race car all night.
I'll tell you somebody else is a lot better this run is Kyle Busch. They came back and made that extra stop like you said, Alan, and it's made their car a lot better. He's actually driven up to 8th spot.
And there they are. I'm sure Jeff Gordon looking ahead at that 18 car saying, man, if I was on the lead lap.
Yeah, he's still got time.
Yeah, Gordon's running laps that are comparable to what Denny Hamlin's running as the race leader. Which is amazing. Think where that race car was. I mean, we saw hands moving around in there. The car sideways, couldn't get it to do what he wanted in the middle, which made it terrible off. Nice adjustment that that crew's made on this race car.
It was just lap 130 when he went a lap down. Caution flag for rain just came out. Jeff Gordon got the free pass.
Now, less than 15 seconds. Vince.
The 24, Jeff Gordon just needs more drive off. We've heard that from Gordon throughout the course of the night tonight. They thought they were getting better on it, but still needs more. They're going down around on the track bar in 4 tires.
All right, so Jeff Gordon gets back on the lead lap.
I'll tell you, it's big right there. He's on the lead lap, got 4 tires, and if it goes back green, those leaders will make a stop before they go green. He'll start in front of them. All of those cars that stayed out.
Ah, but there's the rub.
Oh, gosh, that's right.
He just got the
lucky dog.
Right, he's going to start in the back.
He can't start in front of him.
Right, but if it goes green.
Yeah.
We are under caution for rain. They haven't lost the track yet.
Jeff Gordon's got his car still going forward once again. Gordon's almost to the top 10.
He's in 11th place right now. Remember, Gordon needs to get ahead of Kyle by about 13 spots on the racetrack for that to have an effect on that final place in the chase.
The numbers I'm looking at is they need 6 more spots between them from where they are right now.
That's 4th, 5th, and 6th. And Jeff Gordon now back on the lead lap, taking 9th place from Sam Hornish. And I know you haven't seen him in a little while, but Denny Hamlin, who gave up the lead to pit just before the restart and took the green flag in.
Jeff Gordon has driven all the way to 6th place, one of the fastest, if not the fastest car on the racetrack right now, and he's only 2 points behind the 18 as they run.
Jeff Gordon running in that number 6.
Gas, we can rest away.
That was Clint Boyer's radio. Jeff Gordon running in 5th position now, and Kyle Busch in 15th.
You see Gordon now catching Mark Martin. That'll be 1 spot. I say he's flying right now. I don't know what they did to that car, but it is on the
road. So, 84 laps to go. Still the possibility of threatening weather in the area, but Clint Boyer, Mark Martin 55 4th. And with this latest turn of events, Kyle Busch's team not calling him to pit road and counting on the rain at the last caution. Jeff Gordon getting a free pass and having nothing to lose. Now it's just a single point for that last place in the chase between Gordon and Kyle Busch. 1 position on the racetrack, either way. Actually 2, because Kyle owns the tiebreaker over Jeff Gordon.
Right now, Gordon's thinking about winning this thing. He's looking at Mark. Mark's the fastest car last lap. They're both catching the leader, Clint Boyer, at this point.
What a turn of events.
Jeff Gordon's about a 1/4 of a second faster than Clint Boyer last lap. You saw Jeff Gordon run right up to the bumper Mark, but then Mark actually pulled back away from Jeff, as you can see here. Now he's past Ryan Newman for 3rd.
And I'm thinking about, Andy, Kyle Busch's team. Now they're kind of in a box. They were riding out there trying to stay on the lead lap. Now they're a lap down. They haven't pitted right away. If they pit now, they're going to lose 2 more laps.
Yeah, they're in a bad spot. That's why I say the best thing for them to do is to stay out right now while they're still in that lucky dog position. They can get this lap back.
But man, how tough is it him seeing the 24 go by him right now?
Oh, painful. They're tied in points right now as they run.
Yeah, he had this well in hand, it looked like, that Gordon was struggling. Even though Kyle wasn't happy with his car, he was in plenty good position, and then everything changed.
Yeah, now he's getting to watch Jeff Gordon make up another spot, which actually puts him in position for that last wild card position if it ends like it is now.
Well, sort of, because Gordon is actually ahead of Casey Kane on points, but Kane still has the 2 wins. So Gordon still needs to pass somebody else to get ahead of Kyle Busch on points.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, he needs 2 more spots on between him and Kyle to get there.
Watch that, you saw Gordon was on Mark Martin's bumper a while ago, and you pointed out Mark Martin flying up through here right now. He is almost up to the back bumper of Tony Stewart in that 2nd spot.
Mark, one of the crowd that pitted at lap 277, so still a while before we'll see. All ago is really going to prove costly for some of these other guys who stayed out. What a change in pictures. Jeff Gordon running in 4th. Kyle Busch now a lap down in 14th place.
We got the pit, bud. What do you need? I don't care.
I think he's about the only one that hasn't pitted yet in this cycle.
Denny Hamlin's had the best car all night. He's finally made his way up down the top 5 after getting tires and starting back, really far in the back on that restart.
Still does have the best car. Now he's making it shown one.
I think Gordon used up a lot of car while he was trying to get up front, not knowing if it was going to rain again. He was very aggressive, and I think he might be paying the price at this point in the run too. Same with Mark Martin. I think his drive to the front has kind of stalled a little bit.
Jeff running right now in that 2nd wild card spot ahead of Kyle Busch as they run, but Vince, a lot still left to unfold.
That's right, and as good as Gordon's car has been on this run, it's starting to go away a little bit. He said it's a little loose in and it's too loose off. So still looking for a little more drive off for Jeff Gordon.
Last pit stop for the 24 at lap 278. And that's the championship picture as we have 57 laps to go, a 1-minute commercial break from our ABC stations. Then it's back to Richmond for the finish. What a night for Jeff Gordon. From starting on the front row to struggling in the first half of this race.
It's been a handful. We're working on it. We'll just keep going until the race is over and get everything we can out of it. But, yeah, we missed it. It's unfortunate, but a lot of racing left to go.
Well, it's a good thing for Jeff that they did keep after it and that there was a lot of racing left to go, because that 24 car, after the adjustments they've made, has come alive. And Gordon has run up into the top 5 and is currently in position to have a place in the chase, but yet with 52 laps still to go. Jeff, our Goodyear superior performer on the night. Determination, perseverance, and an awful lot of gutting it out. Carl Edwards in. Doc?
Final pit stop for Carl, hoping to get in the chase. Not going to happen tonight. Got a couple laps down early for the early pit. Left side tires going on right side chassis adjustment. Carl still trying to get the car.
Key moment here between Jeff Gordon and Kyle Busch. Gordon on pit road for a green flag stop with 42 to go, Vince.
Remember, we told you just a short while ago that Gordon was a little loose in and needed better drive off. They're going to make a track bar adjustment for Jeff, give him 4 fresh tires and enough fuel, take him to the end.
Jeff evidently one of the cars that could not make it on fuel, so he has to get in here and get these fresh tires and try to just get out there and make up time.
Remember, there's Jeff Gordon running just ahead of Denny Hamlin there. Gordon is running in 9th position. And Kyle Busch is running in 18th.
The next spot for Jeff Gordon is at 22 ahead of him. And there's only 2-point separation now between the 18 and the 24 cars.
Jeff needs to continue to pass cars.
Yeah, and obviously plenty fast enough to pass these cars that he's coming up on. He done it earlier.
He just got by Hornish. The next one is a 31 car of Jeff Burton.
He's got to get by everybody that's a lap down, basically. He's got to get by Burton, and he's got to track down Matt Kenseth. And Kenseth is running a good almost a quarter lap ahead of Jeff Gordon.
Yeah, that's going to be the key spot for him right now. I don't think that Kyle Busch is going to lose any more spots from where he is. So Jeff will have to gain. He'll have to pass this 31 and one more.
Boy, look at Gordon. He knows he's got to go. Coming through.
And as he goes by Jeff Burton, he's going to go by Kyle Busch also.
Well, those brake rotors are glowing red on that 18 car. The car's not doing what he wants.
Can you imagine the nerves on top of that pit box in the 18 pit? Look out, Tony Stewart of Thelma and Louise, ABC's Nashville. The drama begins Wednesday, October 10th. Nice write-up on that show in USA Today yesterday morning. Calling it one of the best news shows of the upcoming season. So Jeff Gordon by the leader Clint Boyer to get back on the lead lap. Tony Stewart trying to do the same. Fastest car last lap on the track, 24. Jeff Gordon picking up 5th position from Brad Keselowski.
And that right there, I believe, puts Gordon into that transfer spot.
Actually, I think it tied. They're tied for points as they run with that pass. And now, yeah, it does put him a point ahead.
Wild.
Oh my goodness.
What a night this has been. You
know, most of the time when a car is as bad as what Jeff Gordon's was, and you could tell how dejected he was when we had the rain delay and Vince was trying to get a word or two with him. He just felt like that his night and his season was gone out from under him. You can't usually change a car that much, Andy.
I know.
Make an adjustment.
I could not believe. I said, well, they'll need, I think I said a silver bullet to fix it. They found one, and it fixed this car. You got to hand it to Alan Gustafson, I'm going to tell you that.
Yeah, handed him. And Jeff Gordon is vintage Jeff Gordon when they got this thing fixed. He has been passing cars wherever he caught them.
But that one precarious point that Jeff Gordon has over Kyle Busch.
Now go hard as you can, bud, hard as you can. 19 to go.
He's got Tony Stewart closing.
Well, you know, they do get their chassis and their engines from the same place.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. is on pit road with 18 laps to go.
If I'm looking at that 9 car, he's closing in on that 18 car Kyle Busch too. That's another spot the other way.
The way they pitted before that green came out, or as the green came out, basically, he had 4 more laps fuel than Clint Boyer did, but they weren't on the same strategy. So Junior will need fuel to get to the end. 4 tires, no changes.
See Gordon on the right side there getting another spot from Matt Kenseth.
Yep. I say Tony's coming, but he did make up a spot on Kenseth.
More importantly, he made up a spot on Kyle Busch. Kyle didn't move forward, Jeff Gordon did. The oh-so-tense race for that second wild card spot, the last place in the chase between Jeff Gordon and Kyle Busch. Mere points, mere .1 between them at the moment as Gordon runs in 4th position and Kyle Busch runs back in 16th.
And Jeff Gordon's fastest car on the racetrack right now. He's trying to get every spot he can get. Not much really Kyle can do, but just try to maintain.
Yeah, and it's not out of the question for Jeff Gordon to finish second in this race. Denny Hamlin slowed way down. Mark Martin's almost to him, and Jeff Gordon's running faster than Mark Martin, only about 15 car lengths back.
And if those cars can't make it on fuel, puts Jeff in the catbird seat.
Could win the race if circumstances present.
He's a full half lap behind Clint Boyer, but if he runs out of fuel, that doesn't matter.
13 laps to go. Second place, Mark Martin, 55 by Denny Hamlin. Can Mark slide in and score a win? What's been a dry spell for a while for Mark. And there's Jeff.
Gordon's going to get beside Hamlin down into turn 1 and take that 3rd spot away.
Now 2 points. 2 points between Gordon and Kyle Busch for the second wild card. Casey Kane is running in 13th spot. Tony Stewart is running in 5th. Stewart in position to lock up the 10th and final position where those bonus points for wins would count. Kane in position to clinch the first of the 2 wild cards with his 2 victories this season. 123 laps. That's a lot.
Yeah, it is. If they've got the numbers to say they can do it, if they save some fuel.
Denny Hamlin to pit.
8 laps to go, and Denny Hamlin comes in. Vince?
They had him back down on the RPMs. They tried to save enough fuel to make it to the end, but it just did not work for Denny Hamlin tonight as he was seeking to win his 3rd straight Sprint Cup Series race. Coming in, they're going to put those tires on and, of course, just get him enough fuel to get to the end. 4 tire change for Denny Hamlin. He's had the dominant car tonight, but he's not going to be the guy that goes to victory lane here at Richmond this evening.
And while Vince called the Hamlin stop, you saw Jeff Gordon with a bold and aggressive move to get 2nd place away from Mark Martin.
Wow, Mark spun the tires coming off of turn 4, and that gave Gordon a big run, and he used up side of Mark Martin's car, but it's what he had to do.
Okay, now can Clint Boyer make it on fuel?
And if he runs out, the 2nd win for Gordon will clinch that place in the chase. If he runs out. There's Boyer. Gordon 5.6 seconds behind him. Kyle Busch, 14th.
5-second lead. You're doing good. It's perfect. Perfect.
And Kyle Busch nowhere near passing Jimmy Johnson. Jeff Gordon is close to 2.7 seconds. If the 15 hiccups, can Gordon get by for the win? Gordon running second. Kyle Busch running in 15th. Jeff Gordon finishes second and races his way into the chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup.
Wow. That was an incredible turnaround for that 2014.
Great effort. We made it by 1 point. We're in the chase.
What a night at Richmond. What a remarkable turn of events in the late night hours of a Saturday.
Crash, left rear tire flat. Looked like he was out of it.
Think about Jeff Gordon have rain being his friend twice this year.
That's right. He got his lap back.
And he needed had a rain shower here that halted the race and got him his lap back.
Carl Edwards nipped Kyle Busch at the line, so Kyle finished in 16th position. In the unofficial final rundown, Jeff Gordon finished second, and Gordon is going to get that second place in the chase, barely over Kyle Busch. Well, Vince, when you talk with Jeff Gordon during the rain delay, he was not a happy camper. I'll bet it's a little bit different mood right now.
As disappointed as he was a week ago, he's that joyous tonight. Alan Gustafson came over the radio at the end and said, never quit. And you guys never quit tonight. What a perseverance. Yeah, great effort. How'd you guys do it?
Thank you. As disappointed as I was about an hour and a half ago, or however long ago you spoke to me, I was deflated. I felt like this weekend has gone amazing, and I knew we had a good race car. And to go backwards like that was really frustrating, but man, that was an awesome effort. I tell you what, I'm so fired up to get this chase started. I don't care, where we're going to start points. We're in it. I got to thank Chase Credit Card Services and all they're doing for our Drive to End Hunger. It's just such an awesome program. Chevrolet, DuPont, Pepsi, Quaker State. Man, that was so much fun there at the end to be able to drive up through there. They did it. I mean, Alan is such a great crew chief, and he never gave up. He kept me fired up. This whole team, we never, got out of it as bad as it looked, and we made this car good enough to go up there and run up front and almost win the thing. That was amazing.
Jeff Gordon is in the chase. Shannon?
Final two places in the chase tonight came down to a crazy turn of events, and there are the two drivers who will claim the wild cards. Casey Kane, who had a pretty good shot starting the night with his 2 wins on this year, and Jeff Gordon, who winds up getting in by 3 points. 3 positions on the racetrack anywhere during the season over Kyle Busch.
Yeah, what a great gutsy run out of that 2014 tonight. They showed a lot of poise, a lot of character. I think they're going to be a challenger for this championship.
Yeah, I think Jimmy Johnson might not be so happy he's in there before this is all over with, but just a great night and some great efforts. Mark Martin up there with a chance to win this thing. Jeff Burton, a great night, and Ryan Newman looked like he was going to try to race his way in by winning, and just made a great effort at it. What a fantastic race.
Man who dominated the night tonight, leading over half the race, did not get the finish he was hoping for tonight, but will start the chase as the top seed. Denny Hamlin is with Vince.
But it was going to be a big night for somebody, and it really turned out to be a huge night for Jeff Gordon and his team. What a good performance.
Jeff Gordon races his way into the chase. Jeff Gordon took over the lead when the others just finished pitting. Now here's Gordon in for his stop, Vince.
Gordon's car has been really good throughout the course of the day, but now that he's been back in traffic, he said it's plowing. They're going to make a 2-tire change for Gordon, give him the fuel he needs to get to the end. No other adjustments for the 24, Jeff Gordon.
And look back through that ticker, top of the screen. Jeff Gordon in 15th place right there is the furthest of them in the running order, closest to the front, that made the stop in that burst of green flag stops after the restart. So he'd be the first one my calculations, that can make it to the finish.
That for sure can make it. There's other cars that can possibly make it. I mean, I see as many as half a dozen cars or more actually in front of Jeff Gordon that can make it the rest of the way.
Yeah, and what I've been watching is from second, which is Paul.
Watching his pace compared to the pace of Jeff Gordon, who made the green flag pit stop after that last restart and runs in the 11th position, is 12 seconds behind Menard at the moment. Menard's got to try and keep McMurray behind him, manage the pace to see if he can get to the finish, and manage that gap back to Gordon and the others.
Yeah, and Jeff Gordon's beating him a second a lap right now, which with 12 laps to go, he could get somewhere close there.
We know that Jeff Gordon and the cars that pitted under green are running as hard as they can go.
Jeff Gordon is 9th, 7.7 seconds back. And again, Jeff Gordon, 1 second a lap faster than these guys, 7 seconds back.
8 laps to go.
8 laps to go.
It's getting good. The thing is, when Jeff Gordon catches all these cars, if they can all make it, it's gonna slow him up a little bit trying to go through them. See a nice shot right there. You just saw Jeff Gordon coming into these lap times. You see Jeff Gordon just coming off of turn 4. We'll look at the speeds at the line here. You can see 166 for the leader.
Watch this one.
Almost 168 miles an hour.
He made 2 more passes of cars right there on that lap to get himself up into the 5th spot.
How many I'm trying to get? Everybody in front of us is a spot here. Everybody's a spot. Jeff, they're all saving. All the leaders. It looks like they're in slow motion here.
So you know Jeff's just driving as hard as he can, trying to get to their bumper.
Yeah, and he's almost a second and a half faster right now than what they were. Jeff's even picked his pace up just a little bit.
Bit of gap. Back to second place, Paul Menard. This could turn into a wild last lap. There could be people running out of gas and a guy charging to try and catch them all.
The crew chief confident that he's gotten him there, maybe down to the half lap, as Gordon keeps coming. Jamie?
Go ahead, go. We're turning loose. 24 is 2 seconds faster. We can't give up.
Yeah, he was just told that Jeff Gordon was almost 2 seconds a lap faster these last couple of laps. You can see him well in the picture now.
They got to go. They got to go now, whether they have enough fuel or not. If they're going to win this thing, they can't let that 24 catch them.
Gordon is behind Regan Smith, Mark Martin, Jamie McMurray, and Paul Menard. There he goes by Regan Smith. Gordon up to 4th place. Can the 4-time champion charge all the way to the lead in these final 3 laps?
Jeff Gordon has picked his time up back under 53 seconds a lap now for Jeff Gordon.
McMurray going to get passed by 2 as he tries to save some fuel. Martin to 2nd, Gordon to 3rd.
Still a long way to go. 5 miles, more than that. More like 7.5 miles to go.
Jeff Gordon should be able to get by Mark Martin here shortly. If he doesn't have to waste any time getting by Mark, and he's not at all before they get to turn 3. This is Jeff Gordon's race to win right now.
To 2nd place.
He not only has more fuel and enough, he has fresher tires than Paul Menard to run these quick laps.
These fans at Indianapolis are all on their feet, trying to see if the young man who made his racing name on the short tracks of this area can win a 5th Brickyard 400. Paul Menard leads. Gordon is 2nd. 2 laps to go.
Okay, Paul Menard's going to have to run the most perfect laps he's ever run in his life to try to hold that 24 car off. And I'm not sure it'll be enough.
Yeah, looks like that he's catching this traffic. Paul Menard in a good spot. It's going to be up the back straightaway, not to impede his progress any at all here.
There's the 2 crew chiefs. Man, I know what they feel like.
Which is?
Oh, man. You can't even breathe right now, Alan.
Yeah, Menard,
Slugger, look at Slugger. He's like, he's got to get my heart started again. Come on, man.
Lap traffic in the way.
See Gordon get everything that he can right against the wall out of turn 3.
Mike Bliss in the 32.
Yeah, Paul's going to need some help from this car. He needs to move over.
Coming to the white
Biggest
flag.
race of your life, bud. Drive the hell out of it. Come on.
1 lap to go to win the Brickyard 400. Menard dealing with lap traffic. Gordon trying to close in turn 1. Menard is cleared out. Gordon's got to deal with the traffic.
He's got enough fuel. That might be enough now, yes. Looks good so far. This is going to be the biggest day of Paul Menard's life.
But does he have enough fuel to get to the finish? Gordon clear of traffic. Setting up for the finish. Final corners.
Good corner here.
Gordon gave it a run, though.
What a finish. So sweet kiss. Reserved only for the winners. And what a charge by Jeff Gordon. Our post-race coverage from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway in just a moment. Paul Menard wins after a valiant try by Jeff Gordon. What a dramatic finish. Jeff Gordon came from 12 seconds back with 12 laps to go to just come up shy at the finish, Vince.
Another half lap, we might be talking about a different winner at this year's Brickyard 400. But, Jeff, as you're clicking them off and passing one by one and they're updating you on the radio of how much you've got to make up, what's going through your mind as you know how close it's going to be?
Well, you know, when the biggest key to me was when we came out of the pits ahead of Harvick. I thought that was huge, you know. So Alan did an awesome job. I mean, first of all, what an incredible drive to Hunger Chevrolet. Right from the drop of the green flag, this was a lot of fun today, and I had a blast driving, and the car was awesome. And so when we got in front of Harvick, I thought, okay, you know, I thought that was the guys who were going to race. And then when Alan started telling me there were guys going to try to stretch on fuel mileage, all I could do is run as hard as I could. And I was a little bit loose at the beginning, and we got some traffic, and the car finally tightened up. And then we were really clicking off some laps. But every time I got to a car that was saving fuel, they kind of held me up a little bit and made it a little more difficult for me to pass. So I knew that we weren't quite going to get to Paul. It was really about running out of fuel. So we tried as hard as we could to put pressure on him. And I got to say, as disappointing as it is to not win this race, it sure was great to run that good. And I got to congratulate Paul Menard. I don't think there's anybody in this garage area that appreciates a win here at the Brickyard more than Paul. He grew up here as a kid, and I think that's pretty special, pretty cool.
Quickly, how bad did you want it on that last lap, knowing you were that close?
Well, I wanted it really bad, you know, leading up to that. But on the last lap, I knew I was too tight behind him that if he didn't run out, I wasn't going to get him. You know, I needed a few laps to work on him. Well, I guess I need a few more laps for him to run out of fuel, too.
Great performance from Jeff Gordon in the 24 today, Alan.
Boy, it was. He put on a show at the end of this race, but comes up one spot shy of victory.
Gordon. That's all the top 5 cars right there. 5 cars, 12 laps to go.
We've been racing 3.5 hours, almost 500 miles, and we still got 5 cars here that could win the race. There ain't another form of racing in the world. Every other series in the world run 500 miles every Sunday. They'd have 3 cars running at the finish. 3 cars running. Look at these cars. Everybody's running different lines. They're searching now. It's 11 laps to go. Where am I faster? Up high. Where am I better? Down low. The gap.
This time around, it's Gordon who's quickest.
A lot of that has to do with where they are on the racetrack. You're getting a little help down the straightaway, getting a little draft, but it's really messing them up when they try to make a pass.
10 to go.
He got back to the gas in a hurry. You watch him go down in the corner here. He's a little slower on the straightaway, seems like, than Jarrett is, but man, he drives it in there. Jeff Gordon, oh, look, Terry Labonte the fastest this time. He's not with this group, though. He's behind him with no traffic right now. His cornflakes have done got soft. He ain't got time to do anything.
Harvick is hustling up toward those 2 leaders, but does he have enough time? He seems to have a fast enough car.
He can really get into turn 3. That's where I see him making the big move. He really drives it into 3. You've heard the drivers talk about a little loose in 3 and 4, a little tight in 1 and 2. I believe that's where he is.
If Jarrett's got anything left, he can't wait because Harvick's going to be all over. Not getting into turn 3 as well that side.
Look at Gordon getting that run. Runs up on the back of Dale Earnhardt Jr. all the way up to the top of the racetrack. I don't think Dale Jr. will get. Well, he's going to get
3 wide line. Harvick the leader. Harvick eased it into 3 to get a good run off 4, and it got him the lead.
5 laps to go. This is ingredients for a 5-car wreck. This is incredible. Look at them. They're all over the place, high, low, and in the middle.
And Harvick clears Nadeau for the lead.
Dale Jarrett, he gets loose up there off turn 2, falls back to 4. Jeff Gordon's up in the 3rd place. They go down in the 3rd turn. Gordon's going to go high on the outside. He's back in the gas. He's going to drive alongside Nadeau.
Junior on the bottom, can't do anything with Jarrett. Loosens up Jarrett.
Boy, Jarrett and Nadeau Jr. almost.
Now, remember, as Harvick's wife looks on, Delana.
Brand new wife, by the way.
That's right.
1 week old.
Now remember, Gordon owes Nadeau a favor. He's going to try to help push Jerry Nadeau to the lead. Front tire.
Burnt the right front tire off of that thing. Here comes Gordon to the underneath. He's going to come underneath Nadeau.
This is exactly what Harvick wants, though. These guys running side by side. Look at the distance he's done put on.
3 laps to go.
And right now, this is when, hey, buddy, let me go. I can win this race. Here comes Heartbreak down pit road. I know we're watching the race. Dale Jr. down the pit road. Flat right front tire. Gordon goes into second place. Harvick's got his work cut out for him now. And here comes Jeff Gordon closing down on Harvick.
Kevin Harvick trying to become only the 5th driver in NASCAR history to win in only his 3rd Winston Cup start.
And I know Richard Childress has got to be jumping up and down with joy right now, no matter what happens.
And somewhere, too, must be Dale Earnhardt, because this is his car that Kevin Harvick is driving. The paint is different, the number is different. But not since Dan Gurney in 1963 at Riverside, California, as a driver won in his 3rd start.
Jeff Gordon's going to give it all he's got this turn. This time he's going to try to go down bottom. He's going to try to get down under him.
Gets a good run there in the middle of 3 and 4. They'll be coming for the white flag right here. 1 lap to go.
The Childress team trying to go to victory lane for the 2nd year in a row in this race.
We had a photo finish here last race. We're getting ready for another one, folks. Get up off your seats. Here they go.
For 2 in a row, trying to set him up.
Gordon's going to make the big move on the inside when they get down here to turn 3. Slow car might be in the way. Here he comes. He's going to drive it to the bottom.
Oh, Harvick's leaving a lot of bottom open.
This slow car is going to be in the way.
Just like a year ago, he's going to get him, though.
Here they come.
Get him.
Gordon got loose. It's Harvick.
Harvick by inches. Harvick by inches. Harvick by inches. What a race. What a finish.
How did Jeff Gordon hang on to that car that loose off turn 4? Look at this.
Man.
For the win.
That is ever so
6/1000ths of a second. A replay of a year ago with Dale Earnhardt and Bobby Labonte.
That's an incredible finish.
Here's our Team Monte Carlo winning moment as 2 of them battle to the line. And Harvick wins by 6/1000ths of a second. Look at Jeff Gordon there, a little loose coming off the corner as he shot past Brett Bodine right there. Hung on to it. But that was the difference.
6/1000ths.
Watch
Look
this.
at this.
This is so close. Gordon's closing.
Had that run.
Boy, I tell you, if the finish line had been Talladega, he'd have got him. But
day long, we just kind of bided our time, and I think somebody was watching over us.
A very emotional win. Let's go to Dick with Jeff Gordon.
You're not ordinarily satisfied with 2nd place, but given the outcome of today, is 2nd place okay?
As much as I want to get excited about our 2nd place run and how great our team did, I got to congratulate Kevin Harvick and that whole Richard Childress team. I mean, what an emotional victory for them, and it's obvious that somebody's watching over us right now, and that was just a great battle. You know, he did what he needed to do to win the race. He drove a great race. He's aggressive, he's smooth, and that team gave him a good car, and he made the move. You know, he took him 3 wide and got the lead, and that was the move of the race right there that won it for him. And I was a little bit better than him, but I didn't think I could even get up beside him. We come off turn 4, and I got to the bottom, pulled a Bobby Labonte move, and got up there, and for some reason that Goodwrench car just it doesn't know how to lose here on the last lap.
Did it remind you of last year? Was that on your mind as you came around in that last lap?
Well, I wasn't in that battle, so it didn't remind me of it. But, they've got a good setup for this place. And, I'm just doing everything that I could. I didn't have, a car that could get by him on the top. So I said, well, I got to go to the bottom and try to get some momentum. I was surprised I even got it beside him. I just got to say thanks, to everybody with DuPont and Pepsi and Quaker State, GMAC, Chevrolet and Goodyear. This team is just, man, they are flawless right now. We did have a little problem today, but we rebounded from it thanks to Jerry, my teammate, and Robbie, and these guys are just doing an awesome job. It's neat to be able to go out there and drive these types of race cars.
And we thank you for a great show today.
Jeff Gordon led the most laps today, and thus he is our Winston Cup point leader for the first time since the 1999 Daytona 500. Jeff Gordon's in front of us at Fox Sports. We congratulate